Fear is one of the biggest reasons why most people never reach their real potential. Not because they are not capable, but because fear silently controls their decisions without them realizing it. Fear stops people from trying. Fear stops people from improving. Fear stops people from becoming who they could become. Most people think fear comes from outside situations, but the truth is fear mostly comes from inside your mind. Fear is usually not about the situation itself, but about what you think might happen. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of mistakes, fear of embarrassment. These fears stop more dreams than actual failure ever will. Because failure teaches, but fear prevents action. And without action, nothing changes. The interesting truth about fear is that fear always becomes smaller when you face it and always becomes bigger when you avoid it. Avoiding fear gives temporary comfort but long-term regret. Facing fear gives temporary discomfort but long-term confidence. Confidence is not something you get before you start. Confidence is something you earn after you continue. Nobody starts fearless. People become fearless after repeated exposure to uncomfortable situations. That is how the brain works. The brain reduces fear when it realizes you are safe. But if you always avoid what scares you, your brain keeps thinking it is dangerous. That is why small action matters. You don't need big courage. You need small courage daily. One small step. One small improvement. One small uncomfortable action. That is enough. Fear also grows when you overthink because your mind starts imagining worst case scenarios even before anything happens. Most of the things people fear never actually happen. But fear feels real because imagination feels real to the brain. That is why controlling your focus is important. Focus on action, not imagination. Focus on improvement, not perfection. Focus on progress, not fear. Another important truth is fear disappears when skill increases. The more you practice something, the less scary it becomes. Practice creates familiarity. Familiarity creates comfort. Comfort creates confidence. Confidence reduces fear. That is the natural order. Most people want confidence first, but confidence comes last. First comes practice. Then comes familiarity. Then comes confidence. Fear is not your enemy. Fear is a signal that you are about to grow, a signal that you are stepping outside comfort. And growth always lives outside comfort. If something feels uncomfortable but helps you grow, that is usually the right direction. Successful people are not fearless. They just act even when fear exists. That is the real difference. Courage is not absence of fear. Courage is action despite fear. If you wait until fear disappears, you may wait forever. If you start despite fear, fear slowly disappears. That is how personal growth works. Small courage daily builds strong confidence over time.